Hello?
Hello, it's Linda. I need a babysitter right away. Got a few kids that need to be disciplined here. I'm at East 7th Street. Make sure you have a long talk with them.
I got nothing else to do today. Let's do it. Okay. Alright. Oh, no! Oh my god, I forgot my mask! Oh, I forgot my mask! Ugh. What is that? Aww. Mom packed me a sandwich. She knows me best. Now what am I gonna do? I have an idea. Daddy's home. Violence has been in video games since the beginning. The more the years go by, the more realistic developers make the violence, adding cooler attacks, weapons, moves, and an abundance of blood and gore. And news reporters and journalists who haven't played anything but Mario will say that the violence in video games causes young teens, kids, and young adults to commit mass amounts of murder. Like whenever a real-life massacre happens, it's apparently important to know that these people have played video games in their past. Regardless of what you think the effect that violence has on us, I think we can all agree that violence in games have become much more realistic and full of detail now than ever before. And then we get a little game called HOTLINE Miami. Now, although the 16-bit style graphics aren't even close to real violence, more than most games, it feels more violent because it is. But don't be fooled, violence isn't the only thing HOTLINE Miami has going for it. To be honest, the violence isn't even among the best things about the game. Its satisfying combat system, beautiful art style, psychedelic storytelling, and terrific soundtrack create an experience that, in all honesty, is unlike any other. And before we get started, I'd like to take a moment and thank Zach Graybiel for designing the new BathroomGamers logo. Most people, including myself, like to call him the 50 Shades of Graybiel. This is for you, Zach. HOTLINE Miami takes place in the colorful state of Miami during the late 80s. You're greeted by different people wearing animal masks talking about you being a bad person and whatnot. After this scary confrontation, you then wake up in your apartment with a phone call that asks you to go to a certain place in your sexy ass DeLorean and kill everyone in the building. Now you're not killing random people, don't worry, these guys have big guns and knives, so they're probably bad people. The rest of the game has you waking up on different days, going to different places, killing different guys. Then after your killing spree, you go to a convenience store, bar, or maybe a pizza place before you head home. This layout is consistently used throughout the game, but never becomes stale. You always see different things throughout HOTLINE Miami's world. Finding different details in the environment is fun and makes this pixelated game seem surprisingly realistic. The story takes some interesting turns, and some of them are just fucked up. The game's story asks you to come up with your own conclusions, and not because the story is unfinished, but because that's what the game wants you to do. Oh, and it pays off immensely. Other violent video games like, I don't know, every single first-person shooter ever doesn't really make you feel bad about the violent rampages you're on. Except you will feel bad because this game questions violence in both the real world and in video games. You're mindlessly killing dozens of enemies in a building without any guilt because you're having fun, but you get a sickening, horrible feeling when a couple of guys kill this no-life. The game asks us questions we sometimes ask ourselves, but never gives us any real answers. Like, is murder still wrong even if the people deserve it? Are we okay with killing people in the game because it's fun, or because the game tells us we should? Is what everything our main character sees sometimes real, or is it his depiction of everything? It doesn't matter what kind of video games you play. There's always something in this game that makes you feel bad, and sometimes you realize this even hours after you stop playing the game. Well, enough about philosophical bullcrap. The colors in this game scream 80s, and the pixel art style really do the game justice. And you'll be glad this game isn't realistic in its graphics, because I don't think you want to see what would really happen when you, I don't know, bash someone's head repeatedly with a crowbar. Blood spews everywhere, and the game's gore is nasty. Blood will splatter on the floors of the walls, painting entire levels in shiny red. Combat animations come in many different flavors, and some of the takedowns are just awesome. The game runs smoothly, so it never messes with your eyes when you're running through levels with the machine gun. The game's soundtrack, seriously, is absolutely fantastic. It's one of the only full soundtracks I download on my iPod. The soundtrack was composed by many different artists that definitely resembles the late 80s techno era. Certain tones of the bass make the game dark and gritty. Some people say that the game's music resembles a rush of heroin. I'm just gonna stick with the scenario, but I'm not so sure if that's the truth, cause I'm a good boy. What I particularly find interesting is after you complete the level, the music stops and turns into some monotone hum. After killing multiple guys with no mercy, walking back through the mess you made really helps you reflect over your actions. It's daunting, and it's genius. Well, here's a shocker for you. The game consists of you killing people! Surprise! The game is a twin-stick shooter, which means you use the left stick to walk and the right stick to look and aim in full 360. The game's combat system works nicely. You pick up enemy melee weapons like bats and pipes and smash people in the head with them. You can pick up machine guns and shotguns and obliterate people from afar. However, this attracts the attention of surrounding enemies. Throwing objects, knocking down doors on top of people, or just straight up punching them out knocks them down for a couple seconds, giving you enough time to hide, or just beat their asses to death. And that's generally the basis of combat. The enemy AI may seem weird, but it works in the game's favor. The enemies walk around in a very noticeable pattern, and will sometimes either come at you immediately, or sometimes not even see you, even if you're looking straight at them. The reason that this isn't bad is because the game is incredibly fast-paced, so sometimes it's easier and much more satisfying if you catch your enemy off guard like this. So why am I glad that this makes the game easier? Well, because this game is incredibly challenging. You can kill enemies with one hit or one bullet. Now that's great, but here's the catch. It works the same for you. Because of this, you will die. Again, and again, and again, and again. And then you think you'll get it right. And you do for a moment. And then you die again. And if you're smart, you usually survey the area before advancing forward. You end up unnoticeably coming up with a plan on who to kill and when. And you try your plan out. And in 2 seconds, everything changes. Now this may sound absolutely stupid, but it's great. Because of this, the game requires constant improvisation from you. Every second the plan changes, and the game needs you to act fast, or you'll die. Again! It turns out that the game recommends fast, half-careless carnage than being stealthy. Once you get into the rhythm, some of the sections of the game actually become easier, and the game rewards you with points for killing your enemies in quick succession. Mixed with the game's music...
I can't find your 3DS.
What?
I can't find your 3DS.
You can't find it?
No.
Jesus. Jeez, I gotta look for it.
Mixed with the game's music, the game becomes incredibly fun and gives you quick speeds of rushing your blood. It's riveting and tangible. Before you begin the level, you pick an animal mask to wear during the game. Each mask has a different power, from surviving 2 shots instead of 1, to instant kills with punches, and even using George the Giraffe and seeing over great distances. Some are overpowered, but all are fun to use. As repetitive as the action is, it's always fun. And part of the reason that it's always fun is because the game changes things up every now and then. Sometimes scaring you in the process. A couple of boss battles come every now and then, requiring you to memorize the patterns and fight them in specific ways. The game contains 15
Stan, I found it. Get out of the chair.
Okay, bye.
Where were we? Oh, that's right! The game contains 15 chapters, including extra ones, and it takes around 6 hours to beat the game, and 3 on the second playthrough because you become a killing master. We even grade at the end of each level, and more than any other game I've ever played, I was actually encouraged to try an A+ every single level. Now, I call that impressive. Even among all the AAA titles that came out, Hotline Miami is one of the best games of 2012. Its addictive combat, compelling story, and its perfect soundtrack make for an instant modern classic. You can buy this game for the PC on Steam for however much it is on sale now, or you can buy this game for $10 on the PlayStation Network. Cool thing about this is buy it once and you get 3 digital copies for the game. You can then play it on your PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, and even your PlayStation Vita. Hotline Miami receives a 9 out of 10. Thank you for watching Bathroom Gamers. For more videos on anything gaming, please be sure to subscribe to our channel, like the video if you enjoyed it, and leave a comment below on your opinions of Hotline Miami or what you want to see in our future videos. Remember, your encouragement causes us to create more videos. For those of you looking forward for the Hotline Miami 2 raw number review, I may have some bad news. The game is rumored to be postponed until second quarter of 2015. Now if this is true, I'll be pissed, but it's just a rumor, so stay tuned for further updates. And be sure to stay tuned for reviews for the upcoming The Evil Within, which comes out this Tuesday in North America, as well as the review for Call of Duty World at War, which that review will come out soon as well. Thank you for watching, and stay fresh.